Hey DBS family, it's Wednesday, so you have officially made it halfway through the week. You know, I am always down to celebrate that occasion because there's only a couple days left until the weekend. And then we get to relax for a bit, or you get to do things that you don't typically get to do during the week before you have to head back and do it again on Monday. But let's not think about the end of the weekend just yet. We are not even there. Thank you so much for being here this morning. My name is Jacka Wooding, and I'll be holding your hand through the start of your day. So, let me get my checklist out and make sure that you wake up in the know with our morning news highlights.
Good morning. The Customs Service charge on existing price-controlled items will be suspended from June 1st in an effort to reduce their final cost to the consumers.
But that exclude bread, bulk rice, sugar and flour, and fuel. Now, why are we excluding those three items from these amendments now, from the service charge? Simply because they are being dealt with separately. Because you know bread is being dealt with as an item on the special price arrangements, which we will be speaking on at another time. The bulk rice, flour and sugar, they are being imported by the government of St. Lucia, and those three items are themselves being heavily subsidized by the government. And fuel, which is another separate mechanism that is also being subsidized heavily by the government.
Commerce Minister Emma Hippolyte says this forms part of short-term measures by the government to cushion the blow of the economic crisis on citizens. The slaying of a Saltibus woman has triggered a call by a neighbor for the resumption of capital punishment. The woman was found around midday on Tuesday with her throat slit just outside of her home.
Her father went and made calls, and the brother peeled the food for her to cook. She didn't have time to cook the food, and that's why the person killed her.
So around what time that happened?
I don't know, I would say, because I left my home around 11 o'clock. After 11, went in Balka, get the guy to go, because I had some rocks by the river to collect, and we come up the road about after 12. And then coming down, say about between after 12:31, we come down the road. And time I get in Balka, between 2 o'clock, so then the same guy that bring me down tell me, hey, sexy, what and you your car friend? What if car friend? We. And that was it, eh? And when I come up the road, I see police, everybody there.
One person is assisting the police with their investigations. Meanwhile, a 60-year-old male from Bagatelle Castries is dead after ingesting a noxious substance in what police are treating as a suspected suicide. The victim's son says the family is perplexed about what could have caused his father to end his life.
My auntie told me, like, when she came in, my dad greeted her. He tapped her on her shoulder. Then about 5 minutes he went to sit down, then he ran to the back to throw up and stuff like that. And then when she went to the back, she saw like the gramazone was on the floor. So she went to the cashier and told the cashier like he had consumed some and he was throwing up, and they got some help and they rushed him to the hospital. So when they rushed him to the hospital, then we got the call and whatnot. Then we rushed up there and we saw him in a bad condition, throwing up and stuff like that. And you know, we tried to assist the best way that we could because the family was already at the hospital. So I was kind of like fourth on scene. Seeing my father in that condition, it was really heartbreaking and whatnot. But everybody has their say on what was the case, but I'm not literally going to forward that or look into it to stress me anymore. But I know my father, and the kind of person my father was, he was really strong-willed. And I don't think my father would just do something just like that. There is more to it.
Police investigations are ongoing and a post-mortem examination has been scheduled. A rise in monkeypox cases worldwide has prompted the Ministry of Health and Wellness here to urge citizens to be on their guard, even though it has yet to make its way to St. Lucia.
Monkeypox virus is transmitted when a person comes into contact with the virus from an infected human animal, or material contaminated with the virus. Human-to-human transmission occurs primarily through large respiratory droplets. Other human-to-human methods of transmission include direct contact with body fluid or lesion material and indirect contact with lesion material, such as through contaminated clothing or linens. Approximately 7 to 14 days after exposure to the monkeypox virus, people may develop flu-like symptoms, which include fever, headache, muscle ache, back pain, exhaustion, and swelling of lymph nodes. Within 1 to 3 days, sometimes longer, after the appearance of fever, the patient develops a rash which often begins on the face, then spread to other parts of the body.
Dr. Joseph is advising citizens to continue adhering to established public health protocols as a precautionary measure. And those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
All right, DBS family, that is a wrap for the morning news highlights. We're getting ready to head into the rest of the show, but before we can do that, we need to take a quick commercial break. So keep it locked, grab your tea, wake up the rest of the family, and make sure that everybody is locked in. We'll be right back. Welcome back, DVS family. You know, Javon and I love to get an invitation to get out of the city of Castries, and today we are in Dennery. McLeod is here with us. I mean, he's a familiar face to the DBS family, but for those who are just seeing him, let's give him a second to introduce himself.
All right, hello everyone. My name is McLeod Smith, and I am the president of a community-based organization in Dennery by the name of Infinity.
All right, and today is a milestone for Infinity. I could say that for sure. I mean, with the launch, or should I say the renaming of the Ayanola crossing. So, you know, take us a bit into today's event. And I know you said you were tired, the hard work that went into coming to today.
Right, so prior to my last interview, right, when I spoke of, the importance of the iguana in our environment and, that sort of thing, today was about basically the wrapping up of all the hard work that we've done so far. So right now, well, where we are at now, we used to be called La Pointe Lebai, right? And after today, it will be called Ayanola Crossing. Myself and my Infinity team, we've put in a tremendous amount of work in getting ready for today. We probably left here extremely late last night and got here extremely early. So, but in the end, I'm actually happy to see that everything has come together so beautifully. I believe that the impact that we have had on our community has been tremendous. And like Mr. Regis said, I expect that, moving forward, it makes no sense if we put in all this hard work and at the end of the project, it's like everything just falls down flat. So really and truly, it's on the responsibility right now lies on, the youth and the people that we've engaged with to really take on, this calling to appreciate our species, appreciate the iguana, and to look after it in order to, conserve it.
You know, sitting in the crowd, I was actually surprised to learn that this is one of the areas where you actually see iguanas crossing. I mean, yes, it ties into the new name for sure, but I've never had the opportunity, I should say, to see an iguana crossing here. So I have to ask, is that really something very common?
Yes, it is. I myself have seen them more than just a few times. In the Fodor area, where they're more common, probably early in the morning from like around maybe 5 in the morning. That's the time when you see them out most times. Yeah.
Sounds like I need to make an early trip to Dennery.
Certainly.
All right, well, I know you said you're tired. I know there's a lot of feelings coursing through you right now. I just have a couple more questions. I mean, let's look at the sign. What was the work behind there, and who do we see working on those graphics?
Well, yours truly.
Oh, multi-talented, okay.
Yeah, I was one of myself and well, all of us, basically pitched in, yeah. But I was the one who designed it with the help of the other members, put the graphics together and that sort of thing. The brochures, anything that has to do with graphics design, I'm usually the one who does it for Infinity. So the billboards
Okay.
along the highway as well. Yeah.
Okay. I'm really happy that after our first interview, we got a chance to visit this site because I remember you did speak a lot about the paintings that went into this spot.
Yes, so the artwork that you can see on the booths, they were done by the secondary school teachers of the Clinton Mason and Grand Riviere secondary art teachers, right? And I believe they had some children helping out as well. So they were the ones responsible for the artwork during the time when everyone was running away from COVID. People were afraid, not sure what would happen. They were not afraid of coming out and saying, you know what, Mr. Smith, Mr. Regis, we would like to help you, we're interested. And we try to make the space as safe as possible for them, and we went on with what we had to do. And I'm happy to say that, the paintings have come out beautifully.
Beautifully would be an understatement. I would definitely recommend making the stop. Is right next to the Dennery Fire Station. Well, coming from the north, right before the Dennery Fire Station. I mean, we almost missed the turn, not because of Javon, but because of myself. But I'm so happy we found it, and I think everybody does need to come out and see it in person. I know Javon has thrown up all the visuals, but nothing beats seeing it with your own eyes. As for right now, DBS family, we're heading to a quick commercial break, but we're continuing with more on DBS this morning when we get back. Welcome back, DBS family. Like I said earlier on in the show, or if you're just joining us, we are in Dennery hanging out with Infinity for the launch of the Ianola Crossing. Now, we spoke about today's event, but Infinity has a lot more going on, including a Dennery segment competition that just wrapped up. So before we get into who took away the prize, tell us a bit about how this competition came together.
Well, at first we wanted to include all our cultural groups in one, right? But Denry segment has become part of our culture because it's an original genre, right? So knowing that it came from our solo, our La Rose songs, our Marguerite songs, we really wanted to include them in our cultural heritage initiative. So we decided, you know what? We could have the producers from the Dennery, well, from the Ianola region to produce some rhythms. And these rhythms, we call them the Ianola rhythms, right? And after, we'd get the Dennery segment artists to make songs on these same rhythms, but these songs has to be get at, biodiversity, preservation, and all kinds of just awareness of our wildlife and the whole Ianola region, right? So, yeah, that's how it came about.
I actually noticed from your social media that one of, or maybe he was the sole producer that you worked with, Jamin Jason Darius. He's actually a member of the DBS family. We'll be seeing him in the office. But it's so amazing because from what I understand, it's all Dennery oriented. I know we saw Ish in there, we saw Pablo in there, everybody representing for Dennery. So what was it like, coming together with all these artists? I know it would have been a lot of energy.
Trust, it was a lot of energy, but at the same time it was really good getting to meet these guys and seeing them work and do their craft because they had like a week to produce the songs and come up with the lyrics and everything.
Not
and
a lot of time.
they did, and they delivered, man. It was so hard, especially when it came to judging. It was so hard because everybody, the lyrics was on point. They kept to the whole message of the competition and everything. Yeah, and everything was just on point. So yeah, man, it was lovely working with them.
All right, and what was the voting process like? Because I think I saw that going on Facebook.
All right, so we had the voting on both Facebook and Instagram, right? So we encourage our followers, even those who are not following us, people, to come onto our Facebook and Instagram platform, view the videos, listen to them, and to vote for, whichever one that appealed to them the most. The artists themselves, they did a good job in actually getting their videos out there. We had probably hundreds of shared videos. And I believe the impact of that competition was, well, it has been a lot greater than I myself thought it would be. Because when we first started, it's Dennery segment competition. I thought it was probably something that was just going to stay in Dennery, but then I realized the whole of St. Lucia took part, so I was very happy to see that happen.
All right. So I know you did have the end of the event announcing who won. Now, we don't want to give that away yet because we will be playing that video at the end of this segment. So keep an eye out for that. But what was the reaction like?
Well, when you say the reaction to the winner or
Yeah.
just to the results?
To the results.
Yeah. Well, to the results, I was blown away because it was so close. Yeah, it was really close. At one point, we were missing a form from one judge, right? So, and at that point, the results at that moment, two of our artists were tied.
Oh gosh.
Two of our artists were tied, and the way it was looking like we didn't know if the judge that was, that had to give the final score sheet, if it would have broken that tie or anything. So everybody was on their toes and everybody just waiting to know, who's really going to get it. But then at the end of it all, when we got the results, we were like, yo, we never saw that coming, because all of us had our own, theories in our mind. This one is going to win, this one is come second, this one. But then it was nothing close to what we guessed,
What was it like for you?
Like I told him, I called the winner from even before it started.
Oh, okay. All right, DBS family. So for anybody who's been paying attention to that competition, it's time for you to find out who was the winner. Let's give them a little countdown. I'll go 3,
2,
1.
Good morning and welcome to this morning's Soca Size session. Leading the wine, we have Laurie, Susie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with Soca Size. This morning's wine and tone workout is Sim Simmer by Beanie Man. Let's get moving. All right, so we're going to begin moving to one side in a circle and then to the next side. 2 of those. Let's go. Next side, and we're going to begin now. Knees coming up, hands up, same side. Pepper seed, double. Arms up again, and pepper seed, shoulders. Move those shoulders. 2 more, last one. Circle, round. Squeeze it. Tail as you go, yes. Hey. Next side, and keep that arm up. No chicken wings, no chicken wings. First side, let's go. Squeeze it, squeeze it. Next side. 4, 3, 2. Take it up and pepper seed. Hey. Move those shoulders. Take it up. Pepper seed. Run. Squeeze it. Next side, and first side, next side, and 3, 2, 1, take it up. Pepper seed, shoulders, hey. Take it up, take it up. Pepper seed. First side, round. Next side, and squeeze that belly. Keep breathing. Next side. Switch sides. Switch again. Yes, feel it, feel it. That side. 4, 3, 2, take it up and pepper seed. Hey. Take it up. Pepper seed. Up, up. Pepper. That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with Soca Size St. Lucia. Have a wonderful day.
All right, that is the end of today's show. I really hope that it was an enjoyable wake up, an enjoyable way to start your day, and that after today's show, you are heading into the rest of your day with the right energy and the right attitude. Of course, I am looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow, as we head into the final stretch to the weekend. And I'm really hoping that you have a safe and enjoyable day. I'll be seeing you again soon. Bye.